Hello and welcome to another edition of Frank Conversation here on Real Talk. Victor Shet is my name. It is no longer news that the subsidy regime in Nigeria has ended. And to this end, there has been huge pandemonium in Nigeria following the hike in the price of fuel. And on top of this, there has been an increase of over 200% on electricity tariff. These and many more have raised concerns over the affordability of power in Nigeria. Joining us to discuss ways to mitigate the effects of these issues is a former banker, a real estate consultant, a solar technician, and of course the CEO of Muchman Multifacet Services. Welcome, Mr. Benjamin. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome, sir. Moving on, it appears you have so much passion about renewable energy. So I would like to know what drives your passion. What inspired you to become a solar technician?
Should I be truthful?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Do you know what they call Owipe?
With
In Igbo, that means somebody being so broke.
Oh.
So the first thing that inspired me into this, truthfully, was because I really wanted to actually make more money. Because I was working in a bank, and then my cousin was into solar. My salary was around 45,000 a month. But my cousin would come back every day. He would give me 200K to keep for him. I was like, how come this money? He would say is his profit for the day.
Wow.
Sometimes he would give me 50K, my 1 month salary. So I then told him that indeed I would love to do what he's doing. But he told me, no, you keep working in the bank, you get those clients, I will do the job and I will settle you. But at a point, I just decided to leave the banking and then spent up to 5 years in learning what I do now. So I think the first thing that inspired me is the fact that I wasn't able to put food on the table then. So I needed something extra that can give me more time and give me more money.
Wow. That sounds interesting. Nigerians would actually love to understand, the benefits of this solar energy. What are the benefits? What do they stand to benefit from using this renewable energy?
Truthfully, I keep telling myself every day that assuming I'm not using solar at home, how would life be? I would tell you truthfully, whenever all the lights in my house are turned off, even during the day, to be as if we're in total darkness. Because frankly, I don't think we've gone up to 1 hour without light in my house.
Wow.
And it is cost effective. Some people will argue the fact that the initial cost is very high. But then if you calculate it, assuming you buy a battery, let's say a tubular battery, you have like 2 years warranty, right?
Okay.
And this battery can store up to 4 years. So if you calculate the amount of fuel you buy for 4 years and calculate how much these two batteries and solars cost, you realize that you can't compare it with buying fuel and even paying electric bill. Another thing is generator can be very annoying. Now let me give you an instance. If you turn on your gen at night to sleep, at a point at night they bring lights. What will happen? You want to wake up and off the generator. When you come back to sleep, do you think you can easily go back to sleep? Not at all.
Difficult.
Sometimes you may feel that when the gen offs on its own, it's not good for your gen. You may want to wake up and turn the gen off. What of the noise of the generator? So I feel if you can afford solar is actually the best way to enjoy your hustle every day. I think you deserve it. You can't suffer every day, come back, the noise of gen, the interruption of NEPA light and all that. So both for business, for home use, farms, solar have always been a very good option to save cost and also to enjoy 24/7 light.
All right. I think I like the fact that apart from saving money, it also saves you, when you talk about having 24/7 light.
Yeah.
Because no matter how we say light is constant, like electricity is constant in Nigeria, it can't be 24/7.
Sure.
But from what you're saying now, I've been able to understand that solar can give you 24/7 light,
Yes.
right?
Sure.
Apart from
Yeah.
putting some money in your pocket,
Yeah.
right?
There's also one thing I miss. There's also this value solar adds, or in fact, even if you don't have solar, now let me give an example. For those who use generators, Now you can get value for the diesel you're buying or for the fuel you're buying when you have inverter at home.
Wow.
When you run your gen 5 hours and it charges your battery. So that means the diesel you're running, you have a backup in your battery that you can use for another 5 or 10 hours. So you're getting value for the fuel you're buying or the diesel you're running, because there are those who do only inverter and battery without solar. So even when you're doing inverter and battery without solar, you're getting value for the NEPA you're buying, also for the electric bill you're paying. Because when light goes, you have storage that you use after they've taken the light, or after you have off your generator.
There was a question I was meaning to ask. I think you have cleared that doubt.
Okay.
Because I was beginning to imagine, oh, okay, what if I don't have the money to buy the panels? Because I always see some panels on top of the building
Yeah.
and all that. So it means somebody can actually get
Yes.
an inverter
Yeah. And
without
battery.
and battery without having those panels.
Yeah. In fact,
Wow.
there is a customer of mine in Obi where I saved his number with John, small inverter.
Oh,
He started with one battery and one small inverter. Currently, he has 20 panels with 4 batteries with 2 different inverters. So you can always start with what you have, then you upgrade later.
okay. We'll get to that later. But there's something I want you to demystify for me, because when we talk about solar energy and all that, there's this misconception Nigerians have. I don't know if it's just a Nigerian thing or it's in Africa and all that. But I think we have a misconception that solar, I don't want anything to do with solar before there will be fire outbreak in my house and all that. So I want you to demystify some of those misconceptions for me, because sometimes these things can be scary.
Yeah.
Some of us are not that exposed to those kind of stuff. And when we talk about renewable energy, I think it's just coming in, and people have not yet, imbibed it fully. So I want you to demystify those, myths for me.
Okay. I think solar energy is the safest form of energy.
Okay.
When you're talking about pollution-wise, harmful to the environment, ecosystem, and all that. Now, most people have that misconception because, one, most of the solar technicians you see out there, most of them are electricians. Some are contractors. Some don't know the job. In solar, there is a particular size of cable you have to use for any number of panels. If I'm installing 15 panels of 550 watts, for instance, I cannot use the same size of cable I'm using for 5 panels. And sometimes these issues comes during upgrade. Now, somebody can install 5 panels, and tomorrow the person says, okay, I want to increase to 30 panels or 20.
And it's using the same wire.
Yeah, then the contractor come in, maybe to save cost for him, we say, okay, you have cable already, no need to quote for cable, we use the old cable.
Oh.
Meanwhile, you are increasing the amperage that will be generated that will go through that cable. So most times it's about the cabling. Secondly, it's also about the quality of the solar panels. Most of the panels they sell, the cables are not original cables. So when they are exposed to climatic conditions like rain, sun, and all that, those cables will become weak, and over time they can damage or they can just catch fire. Also, another fact is also advice from installers. You understand? You won't see somebody that you've seen that this customer, you've seen the type of roof he's using, and you're still advising him to put the panels on the roof. There are some people, you look at their type of roof, you suggest for them to do a solar carport or solar sit-out. It's just like somebody going to install up to 30 panels in a roof where you've seen the inside, because it cannot just be fire. It can be a roof collapsing. It can be other stuff. When you see that the woods used in that roof are no longer strong, you're going to climb on top of that roof. So you do those, you have to do those survey so that you advise the customer carefully. I don't know if you saw a video of a shop in Abuja that caught fire, and they said it was caused by. So yeah, I reacted to that video. So that one might be because of the connection. It can also be because of the panels they use. It can also be a factor of when you join cables, you have to use enough solo tape to tape it so that you don't expose it, so that you don't gum together. And there's what we call magnetic flux. Most time when you connect cables, there can be these movements on their own. So when they are not properly insulated, they can come together and can cause fire. But truthfully, those are not actually caused by the solar itself. It can be human error. We buy cars every day. People also have accidents every day.
Of course.
The fact that Mr. A had accident with his car doesn't mean that you have accident with your car. It can be the fault of that Mr. A or his mechanic, or because he's not maintaining his car. So me, I have over 500 clients on solar, and I've not had any issue of fire outbreak.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. I think you have you have educated me enough. I think these kind of things we should go for seminars and educate people. You know, but I think you're doing a nice job. But let's talk about Muchman because we've been talking about solar day, solar. Let's talk about Muchman now. How did you come about the name Muchman? Because I think that's a very nice name, Muchman. So let's talk about it.
Actually, when I was, I think in primary school or so, somebody dashed me 500 naira. I used it to do an ID card.
Oh,
And the ID card, I have this name, Mutual Multifaceted Services. Because then, when they ask my friends, then, what do you want to be in the future? Some will say, I want to be a doctor. Some will say, I want to be a lawyer. But I will always say, I want to be a job creator and not a job seeker. So my Igbo name is Uche. So when I look at those whose name are Uche, I apologize if your name is Uche. When I look at them, I feel I don't know if they're
You're not
looking
Uche.
as responsible as I want to look. So I decided I want to answer Muchman
Okay.
and not Ochman, because that was actually the nickname for Uche, then Ochman.
Ochman.
So I decided to take Muchman. And funny enough, when I submitted this name to CAC, they didn't approve it. That's when I was working in the
Oh,
bank.
they didn't approve it.
Yeah, I went back to work in the bank again because I said no, it has to be this name. And I think after 6 months, the man then called me and said, sorry, they've approved it. So I left banking again and started this company.
Okay, moving on. How was the business when you first started it? I mean, the Muchman multifaceted, services.
It wasn't easy. In fact, one of the mistakes I made then was that I had my ID card and my complimentary card where I wrote CEO. And you imagine CEO working with legs. So most of my clients will be laughing at me. Some will calling me CEO, I will be rejoicing. I don't know that they're laughing at me. But it wasn't actually an easy start. The good thing about this business is that you mustn't start with an office. I did business from home for over 4 years or 5 years. But you have to be very truthful. So what I do is that when I get jobs to do, I will meet my friends, colleagues who have offices, have the products. I will beg them, they'll give me the product, I'll deliver the job, then I'll pay them. But as I said, you must be very truthful. So I didn't start with an office. I started in my house. I was then getting products from other people. But as I said, you just have to be determined and then always up your game. I'm somebody that will always want to know more about what I do. And the good relationship with clients have also played a major role in my success.
Okay.
Because in the business, the best way to get clients is by recommendation, not by adverts or by people coming to your shop. When somebody recommends you to me, I will even make more profit. Because when I tell you my price, you say, okay.
And the trust is there.
Yeah, the trust is there. So you must be very transparent and you must know what you're doing.
So in essence, what you're saying is, at start, you started with your integrity and transparency, and that's what has kept you going.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why even today, when I train people, I tell them to choose between training the business part of it or the installation part. If you train the business part, you can be in your home, tell people about solar, bring the business, we give you installers, you do your job, you earn from your home. Or you train the installation part. So when I started, I learned the business aspect of it first. So I was telling people, blowing the trumpet about solar. When they bring the job, I'll meet my friends. We do the job. And then, here I am today.
Nice. Okay, moving on. When we talk about Muchman multifaceted services, Muchman multifaceted, it means there are so many businesses involved under Muchman. So I want to know what are the services? What are your services? Okay.
So we talk about the renewable energy that have to do with inverter and solar.
Okay, renewable energy.
The security part that has to do with CCTV and the car tracker. We do smart home. That's home automation. I can use my voice to control all the lights here. I can use my voice to off this AC.
Wow.
I can if stay anywhere I am and turn on the lights, the
Hmm.
TVs, turn them off from a voice command. We also do logistics. We have logistic bikes and all that. We are also into real estate. The real estate aspects we started newly, and because the inverter business have actually exposed me to have one-on-one with big people out there. So I have that avenue of knowing when these ones want to buy a property, when they want to sell. And it also means that I have direct contact with these sellers and buyers. So I know who I am buying from, I know who I am selling to.
Wow. Wow. You seem to know so much about businesses that involves real estate, CCTV, and all that. Would it be right to call you a jack of all trade?
You did not add master of none, because that's what they always say. They will say,
No, you can actually be a jack of all trade and master of all of
oh,
it. Yeah.
yeah. You know, I've actually had that enough from people. They will say you do everything, you're a jack of all trade, master of none. But when I was doing one thing, I was broke.
Mm.
When I was doing only one thing, it wasn't easy. And now the truth is that all the things I do, you see, they are related.
Of course, real estate. Too.
Yeah. I'm even a dealer with Fani. I supply home appliances. So the truth is that if I go to your house to do inverter for you, when I look around, I see that you've not installed ACs yet. I say, sir, I supply ACs. Oh. I say, sir, you need cameras here. I say, sir, you have properties for sale. We help you sell them. We bring buyers to you. So these services are interrelated. And the truth is that currently in Nigeria, if you're sitting on a financial chair with only one leg, if that leg breaks, you're on the ground. Look at the richest man in Africa, Dangote.
Dangote.
Do Dangote know how to produce salt? Okay, what is the business with salt and cement? Can you mix the two? But he is doing it. So the truth is that the more of these services you render, the more exposed you get, the more close you get to people.
And the more money you make.
Yes, and the more you know people, the more you tell them what you do, and you make more money.
Okay, I think I'm interested in this, business you're talking about when it comes to solar and the rest.
Yeah.
How can somebody start it? Let's say somebody wants to start it.
So
what does it take?
When we have a customer, we first of all ask you your budget. We work with people's budget and not just the size of their house. Now, you can be staying in a 5-bedroom flat and use one inverter battery with 1 kV inverter. It's very possible. I have clients that stays in big houses but uses a small inverter because that's what we call separation of load. So if you're staying in a 5-bedroom, it may be that you just want the lighting points, 1 or 2 fans, and 1 TV. So it doesn't mean that you have to break the bank. So even with 400K, 500K, 800K, you can start using inverter at home. Let me surprise you. Client A can have 8 batteries, and you have 2 batteries. You can be getting more backup time than the person that have 8 batteries.
Wow, why is that?
Because the person that have 8 battery might say, I want you to load my AC, put my pumping machine. But you say, no, I just need the things that makes life easy for me. Just put 1 TV, put 1 fan, put my bulbs. You see? So the person that have 8 batteries will run his system down with those big loads. But you have just the basic loads connected. So it means that you can even go up to 1 week and you still have light than the person that have up to 8 batteries.
So another thing I want to know is, what if somebody wants to, start the business of installation of CCTV, installation of solar and all that? Do you train people?
Yeah, we do training. And as I said earlier, we divide our training into 2. We have the business aspect of it, and then the installation aspect. Why we brought out the business aspect is that most people that want to learn, they don't want to learn this because they have luxury of time. They want to learn because they want to provide for their families. So if you're coming for the business aspect of the training, we train you on what we call load calculation, how to know the size of inverter to use in a house, how to convince customers to do inverter. Then when you get the job, we can give you installers. So you can source for installers. You buy your products and then you do the job. But the training part, inverter is related basically to electricity. So you must know the basis of electricity. So it means that it should take up to 6 months. In those days, I think they collected my hard-earned small token then, when they were doing these trainings, just 2 days training. No, you can never learn about inverter and solar in even 2 months. It is something that will take you 6 months to 1 year, truthfully. But if you have a good trainer, you can start earning on the job. Because as you're learning, he can start giving you jobs to go and do, he pays you. So you mustn't wait for 6 months or 1 year before you start making money. And as you're learning, you can also get your own clients. When you get clients,
process.
Yeah, in the process. If you have a good boss who is training you, the person can say, okay, you're the one that brought this client, I'll give you 100K, I'll give you 50K.
I think I like the decency of the transparency. So it doesn't mean you have to come in and do the job from day 1 to your 6 months without earning something, right?
Yeah.
You earn in the process of learning the work.
Yes.
That's
There's even something we do too. We call it refer and earn. So you can refer us to a client.
So without coming to learn, I can refer a
you can
client
refer us to a client that want to buy land or sell
I
land.
need your number, sir.
Or the inverter I'll give you. And you earn a percentage from the agent fee. We even extend that to cars. We sold the 400 car the other day. The guy that referred us to the buyer got 100K just at the comfort of his house.
How do I start, sir? Okay, we'll go on a very short break, and when we come back, we'll delve into why you should use solar. Stay tuned.
Are you looking for reliable power solutions? Or you want to secure your home or business? Or maybe you're dreaming of a smart home that works for you? Look no further. Welcome to Mochma Multifaceted Services, your one-stop shop for solar and inverter sales, CCTV security system and smart home installations. With our top-of-the-line solar and inverter systems, say goodbye to power outages and hello to endless energy. Need security? We've got you covered with our state-of-the-art CCTV gadgets that keep you in control no matter where you are. And for those who want a home for the future, our smart home solutions bring convenience, comfort, and control right to your fingertips. So why wait? Call us today at 08067240665 or visit us at www.mochman.com.ng. Mochman Multifaceted Services, power, security, innovation. Your home, your power, your peace of mind.
Subscribe to the Splash TV channel on YouTube and Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Splash TV NG.
Welcome back to Real Talk. Before we went on a very short break, we were actually talking about how you can make money while you learn solar installation. Now, as we're coming back, I would like us to dwell more on how this solar can reduce, the price of electricity. Some people talk about charging their batteries. Let's say somebody buys a battery and charges it. Now he's using, let's say, the NEPA light, normal light to charge it. It doesn't have the panels and all that. And the person is using the normal light to charge it. And most times people complain that these batteries take more of their units. They use more of their units to charge it. So I wanted to help us talk about that. Is it true?
Yeah, it's actually true.
So why is that, sir?
Okay, now let me use tubular battery for instance. A 200 amps tubular battery will take 20 amps of power to charge full within 4 hours.
20 amps.
Yeah, and that is actually enough power from your prepaid. Now we use prepaid. If it is when we are using estimated, people won't feel it, but they feel it now. And this is also an advantage for the people who are into solar or for the people who want to go into solar. Now, when you want to be independent, when you're using inverter, you have to do much of solar panels so that you can now charge your batteries through the sun.
So you recommend the panels to...
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I recommend... Yeah, you can start with battery alone. There are two ways to it. Now, some people are concerned about the fact that they don't want darkness. Some people are concerned about the fact that these batteries are eating up their units. Now, you can start with inverter and battery first. If you start with inverter and battery, at least you're pushing generator away, even if you don't have solar yet. It means that once NEPA goes, you have light because you have storage. But yeah, you spend more on your prepaid because you're using your prepaid to charge it. But when you then want to reduce the amount of money you spend on prepaid, you then have to then do solar. When you then add solar panels to the inverter, it means that whenever there is sun, your battery charges with sun. And you have enough panels, your batteries can charge full during the day. And then if you're watching TV or doing anything during the day, it is not taken from your batteries.
Your battery.
It is taken directly from the sun.
Wow.
And now we have the invention of the inverters we call hybrid high voltage inverters. These inverters can even work without battery. So what this inverters does is that it prioritizes your load first. So it means that whatever is generating from the sun, it converts it to electric energy to feed your load. If it has excess from the sun, it will be feeding your load and be charging the battery. And when your battery is full, it will leave your battery full and concentrate on your load. So that at night, it will then turn to start using your battery.
Wow.
And these inverters are very smart. So it means you can have NEPA. Like, for instance, people staying in Gulf Estate, they are being killed by bills because they add the generator bill to the NEPA bill. So if we are paying like $215 per unit, those can be paying up to $300. And you know they have 247 lights. So it's no longer a blessing again. The too much
The light
light
will be
becomes a
burning.
curse. So now those people, we have to do the best inverter for them is do these high voltage inverters, because this inverter will just ignore your NEPA. You have NEPA, there is NEPA, but the NEPA is not charging your battery, it's not supplying your load. What is supplying your load is the sun. And when there is no sun, it will then go to your battery. And when there is no battery, it will then go to grid, which is electricity. We can also set the battery to prioritize sun. When there is no sun, it will go to NEPA. When there is no NEPA, it will then come to battery. And the inverter does those automatically. You don't have to press any button. It is inbuilt in those inverters.
Wow. Like I said earlier, I think I'm very interested. So I want to know, in an average Nigerian home, what they use power for is have, bulbs, charge their phones, maybe watch TV and all that. So I want to know, what does it take for somebody to set up such, solar system?
So if we do a rough calculation, a good tubular battery currently, or a good tubular battery, I always use tubular battery because it is more affordable. A good tubular battery, the average of 290 to 320,000. So let's say 310,000 for a tubular battery. Let's say a 1 kV inverter for 155,000. Then let's say the installation and accessories for, let's say, 50,000. That's around 515,000. So you can start with 515,000 to run your basic loads with one battery. And that one battery, if it is just a TV, one TV should be like 13 inches TV. 13 inches TV should be around 60 watts. So if it is a TV, one fan and all that, you can get up to 7 hours with this. And that means at night, when you're going to sleep, if you manage your load very well, you can sleep all night with it. And one good thing with inverter is that when you're using inverter, it means you have your fan on 247, so you don't pursue mosquito. But then if you want to add solar to it, like this one battery, you can use 3 panels. Why most people argue that inverter doesn't work most times, I think I miss that. Then it's also the fact that the people installing don't advise them well. You see people using 4 batteries and then using only 2 panels or 4 panels. It's not possible. You understand? So like for this one battery now, it's advisable to use at least 3 panels of 300 watts and above, so that you can be generating up to at least 15 amps or 20 amps to charge the batteries. With 20 amps charging, your battery can charge full within 4 hours. So if you want to add solar to it, around 850,000, 900K, you can start using inverter with solar. So even if you don't have NEPA at all, you can manage your load and you have 247 light with the inverter. Sometimes you just need to charge your phone. You just need, and you have to manage your load. If you're not in the toilet, you off the toilet light. You're pressing your phone, your TV is on.
After all, we're doing that with the normal grid.
Yes. And you're pressing your phone. Some people will be watching film a skit in their phone.
Yeah,
Movies
TV.
also going on. And you're wasting energy. You're wasting energy. So when you manage energy, you will see that you will enjoy inverter system, and you see that it's one of the best choices you will make as a Nigerian.
All right, you have talked about the cost now. Let's talk about the durability.
Okay.
How durable is this installation? How long is it going to be durable for?
Okay. So normally the inverters come with 1 year warranty, but the warranty does not cover natural disasters like
Thunder.
fire, break, thunder, and all that. The battery, like dry cell battery, is 1 year warranty. Tubular battery is 18 months warranty. Some are 2 years warranty. They will have the lithium battery. Those ones are 5 years warranty. Some are 10 years warranty. But the warranty doesn't mean that the battery will spoil after 1 year, after 2 years. The warranty means that if anything happens to those battery or the inverter within that warranty period, the company will return it. But then some clients also get that wrong. Warranty doesn't mean replacement. If you buy a car and you're returning the car that is the company will fix the car, not giving you a new car. So warranty will mean that the company will say, okay, we can fix this, we fixed it, you can use. But if they can't fix it, they can then say, okay, we will replace it. So for the durability, if you buy tubular battery, for instance, tubular battery can stay up to 5 years. You can, like the one of 515,000, the battery can stay up to 5 years if you manage it well. So imagine that you buy fuel. These days, if you want to run on fuel at the cost of, let's say, 800 per liter, every day you must use at least 10 liters of fuel. And it can't take you the whole day. So if you do 800 times 10, that's 8,000 per day. In a year, we have how many days? 365 times 365. That is already 2.9 million. Now, times it by 5 years or 4 years that the battery can last. Let's even say 4 years. That's 11,680,000 naira. You see? So you can never compare it. There is no way you can compare it. Yeah, people have had bad experiences about solar, but it's also because of maybe their choice of brands and also who installed for them. And some customers can be very stubborn.
Could be negligence as well.
Yeah, I've once caught a customer that will keep complaining about his battery while I decided to visit without letting them know. And I got there, I cut the house up, ironing with the inverter system, just 2 batteries inverter, ironing. And tomorrow they will tell you that the battery didn't last. And for inverter, they feel because it's still under warranty, it is not their product. It belongs to you. But the truth is that it is their property. They have to manage it, they have to use it so it will serve them.
I think this show is very, very educative. It's educating. If I want to keep you, I can keep you here till tomorrow because I'm enjoying what you're saying, right? But there's something I want you to do before we go.
Okay.
As parting words, what advice do you have for people that are in the business of solar installation and people that are hoping, people like me, that are hoping to come into the business? What advice do you have for us?
Okay. The first advice I would give them is to be truthful.
Okay.
Yes. There are in any product, there is fake, there is original. And the person that sells knows the fake and the original. And the person that sells will only know the fake and original if he has in-depth knowledge about the product. You cannot just wake up and say you want to go into solar. And if somebody calls you today and say, we have this battery that will produce, it's very cheap. You can buy it 200,000 and sell 300 and you dive into it. No. You have to. Any company that is, my office, Indian people come here almost every week. They will be telling you, we have this product, we have this. But you have to confirm how good the product is. You have to confirm how good the service center is. The truth is that no matter how good the product is, there is this possibility for the product to fail. But the product fails, what is the tendency of the company to do a replacement or for the company to actually repair? So you consider those things. Secondly, you must advise your customers. Right? Some customers, because of how much they've paid on prepaid, will tell you, in fact, I don't want to use NET again. Let them come and carry their cable, come and be inverter for me. And this person that's telling you this may not be able to bring that up to even 5 million to do inverter. For you to do an inverter that will take everything in your house, your ACs, you must spend good amount of money. But of course, some inverter installers will say, okay, madam, go ahead, tell them, let them carry their cable. We'll give you inverter. And now they will install 2 batteries for you and load AC for you. And before you know, within 6 months, the batteries will die. So you must be truthful to your customers. Tell them, inverter, if you don't have too much money, inverter is meant for the basic loads in your house. Your ACs will continue on NEPA, gen, but inverter can then take your light so that when NEPA goes, your basic loads will be on your TV, your lights, and your fans. But then, when there is light, everything works. But if you have good amount of money, you can then do an inverter that can take everything in your house. We have inverters that can power a community. Also, we also have to extend the advice to also clients too. The clients can also be a cause of their problem. There's a man I respect one of his quotes so much. That should be Benjamin Franklin, right? He said that the bitterness of poor quality lasts so long after the sweetness of low price. So some clients always want it where it is very cheap. Me, I've corrected so many jobs of your own is very costly, I cannot afford you. They will go and meet people that will go and buy what we call Alaba batteries. I don't know if you've seen a video where somebody bought an inverter battery and opened it, and it happens that inside the inverter battery, they buried a car battery inside and connected the car battery to the terminal of the inverter battery. So what the person bought is a car battery for 200 and something thousand, because possibly he thinks that person's only cheaper. So there are so many fake batteries out there. We call them, I'm sorry to say this, but most of the products you see in Alaba, they are all being rebranded there. So these guys will go, produce batteries of black color. They won't put any sticker. When you call them and say, I need Genius battery, I need Luminous, they will then carry the sticker and put. You go and buy. You don't know that you're buying generic batteries. Same with panels. So many fake products. So when you feel you want cheap one, there is always, most people that are doing this business are staying in batch, are staying in one room. So that once they do work for you, it didn't work, they will run. So before you then have the mind to start it and have an office, you know that you want to give your customers the best. So clients should also be careful. It is better you do original one, know that you're getting your warranty, than you're looking for the cheap one, and within 1 year, because you still, see, once you do the fake one, you must come back to spend the money again. Because as long as you've tested the inverter, you cannot do
you can't go
inverter.
back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's educative. I want us to talk about real estate because Muchman is a multifaceted, business enterprise, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any properties on ground?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We are actually affiliated with even some real estate developers. We
Okay.
also have, we market for them, and we also have individuals who have properties that want to help them and sell. So we actually connect buyers to sellers. Now we are affiliated to Boeing Estate. We also are affiliated to Alphanobis Real Estate.
Here in Port Harcourt.
Yeah, they Port Harcourt. They also have properties in Owerri, Imo State. They have another places. Boeing Estate have properties in even Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt. Yeah. And the good part of it is that each of these our partners, the packages sometimes includes even perimeter fencing, and you get your COFO, your CFO immediately. And there's also the business aspect of it. You can become a partner and you also earn money from it. And the one other thing we do that is unique is both when we are looking for apartment to rent for people, we do what we call profiling. If you come here and you want to rent an apartment, before we take you to any landlord, we do profiling. If we're asking you what you do for a living, if you say you work in GTB, we'll go to GTB and verify that you work in GTB. If we ask you what you do, if you say you sell social place, we'll confirm that this, to an extent, we confirm those things before we take you to stay in somebody's house. Because most landlords have actually had issues harboring criminals and all that. So we try to do this profiling to make sure that we know the person we are bringing to your house to an extent. Even for landed properties, in as much as we cannot tick all the I's and cross all the T's. But we also go to a level of extent to confirm that the properties you want to sell to us is yours, to also confirm that it's genuine. And the buyer also have to do his own part. Before you buy a land for 10 million, aside from our own confirmation, you also have to do your own part. You can chart the land, do your survey to make sure that this land is not reserved for government acquisition, the owner is the right owner. But for our own, we also do our own part.
Good. So I think we have so many swindlers around saying they are selling land and all,
Yeah.
real estate agents and all that. So somebody would like to know, do you have a physical office that somebody can visit to verify some of this information?
Sure. We
Okay, so
our
where-
office.
where's the office?
Yeah. Suite 1, number 36 Akon Road.
Suite 1.
Yeah. Number 36 Akon Road, Moji, Port Harcourt.
Okay.
You see boldly there, Muchman Multifacet Services.
So it is not just an online store.
No.
We have a physical
have a
location
physical
where we
office
can
where we
meet
can-
much
yes.
of.
Yes.
Okay. So anybody that would want to buy land or
You want to
install
sell?
CCTV,
Yeah.
anything you want to do that has to do with properties,
Yes.
you can do it in
Yeah.
Munchman, right?
Yes.
Good.
We also have an e-commerce website for our solar inverter CCTV where
okay.
you can buy stuffs online. Muchman.com.ng.
So they can also visit you online.
Yes, they can buy stuffs online.
Okay.
Yeah, they can buy. And we also have our social media handles out there.
Platforms.
Muchman Multifacet.
Munchman Multifacet.
Multifacet. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
So I think this is a complete business because aside from the physical, office, you're also online. You have a presence online,
With the pursue them.
Facebook, Twitter, and all that.
Yeah.
And you also have, an online platform where people can visit. That's munchman.com.ng.
NGL.
All right.
So we dey pursue them all around.
So you heard from the horse's mouth. We just had a conversation with the CEO of Munchman Multifacet Services. And if you want to buy a land, you want to install CCTV, or you want a solar installation in your home, then you have to visit Munchman Multifacet Services. You can meet them at Suite 1, number 36, Akon Road, Woji, Port Harcourt, or you can visit them online, www.munchman.com.ng. Till I come your way next time, I remain your host, Victor Eshet. Bye for now.
Subscribe to the Splash TV channel on YouTube and Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Splash TV NG.